To the sounds of ship horns blaring in celebration, the giant container ship Ever Given was refloated Monday morning with the help of dredging, powerful tugs, and a full moon high tide. But the 5 days it spent blocking the Suez Canal, causing $8 billion a day in losses, is a hard lesson learned about globalization and supply chain economics.
7% of the world's oil trade goes through the Suez Canal, and it can't. Any ship has the choice of taking the longer route round the south of Africa. Takes around 2 weeks longer, obviously costs more.
It's not just oil. The Suez Canal is the world's biggest shortcut for most products manufactured in Asia headed to ports in Europe and beyond. The longer trip around the Horn of Africa means those extra fuel costs are passed on to the consumer. Worse, in the shipping industry where time is money, the extra 2-week trip causes disruptions to assembly lines worldwide, as most manufacturers no longer stockpile inventory in expensive warehouses, opting instead for the cheaper, timely flow of parts from abroad. Even a year ago, this system of globalization was badly strained by another disruption, COVID-19. It reduced availability of everything from light bulbs.
We probably began seeing that back in the fall during the Trump tariffs, and we were probably off about 30%.
To pharmaceuticals.
We have pharmaceuticals that are coming into Savannah that now have slowed down. There are glucose strips for diabetes machines that are now going to be, hopefully not, but looking at short supply.
To car parts. All of those things are moved across the world in standard shipping containers like this one. They're exactly 40 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 8 feet 6 inches tall. They are offloaded from ships onto trucks and trains for the next destination in the supply chain. As this video shows, any heavy, flat surface that's perpendicular to a strong wind is at risk of tumbling. In a perfect storm of circumstances, the Ever Given, despite weighing 200,000 tons, was vulnerable. When a sandstorm hit the canal, the ship's 20,000 containers acted like a sail. Radar images show the Ever Given careening from bank to bank, increasing speed from 8 to 13 knots in an apparent attempt to regain maneuvering, before finally running aground. Its plight made worse by the Suez's relative shallowness near its banks. Monday's freeing of the ship finally means that roughly 300 others left anchored on either side of the jam can now proceed. But their sheer number, each awaiting its turn to navigate this choke point, means further delay and disruption, and it highlights our dependence on an increasingly unreliable supply chain. Doug McElway for the Washington Examiner.